Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Megan. If you didn't know, now you know. We've got another Your Nail Lab box by Makartt. This is the March box, so it should be full of spring items. Today we're going to be repairing these 3 nails and fixing this crack with whatever is in here is the plan. So let's find out. So firstly, when we open the box, we've got this card here on top. It appears to be exactly the same card from the February box with the Just Add Glitter for 15% off Makartt. The paper, as always. And here are the items. Let's have a look at what is in here. So firstly, I see this. It is a number 3 from the Dippies collection. It's a top coat for dip. Now, this kind of top coat does not require a lamp to cure. I've never used any of the Makartt dip products. I think it's interesting, this little like piece of plastic that's in here to wipe this off is not on the regular bottles. So I wonder if dip top coat is just regular top coat for regular nail polish, since it doesn't require anything to dry but air. Interesting. We do also have another acrylic. It's an all-in-one acrylic and dip powder. Handy that we've got 2 dip items. Now all we need is some base and some activator. This one is in the shade Crowning Moment. It's almost a white creamy shade. I don't want to open it up because, again, I don't know how to do acrylics. I'm going to put this with the other one that I've got, and whenever I do get to do some acrylic, we'll bust these out. Next, what I see in here is this Nikita Dragon press-on set. I don't wear press-ons, and especially not press-ons this long, so I'm probably gonna have to gift these to someone, but let's open them up real quick and see. Alright, so it looks like it comes with a little file and some glue, and the style is like a nude color with like some silver ombre detailing. I don't know what's going on with this packaging. It's like they painted them inside the package. There is paint everywhere. Very strange, but I'm not familiar with these, so I don't know if this is something that is common in their packaging. Alright, we do also have a polygel. It is a yellow polygel in the shade Eggshell. So here's a better look at the tube. It is 30 milliliters. That's a good size. Let's open her up. Okay, so it looks like it is kind of a yolky shade. Let's use this card like we did before and put a little bit on here so we can make a swatch. Alright, there's our yellow. I like that. We're going to put that in the lamp in just 1 second. But first, let's look at these polishes we've got. Alright, so we've got a gel polish in the shade Florosa. I assume it's about this color. And it is. It's kind of a peachy pink. It's a bit translucent as well. Let's go ahead and put some of this on our card. I should have done it on this side where it's white. Well, that's my fault. So that's kind of what that looks like. And then we have one more. It is a green. Shade is called Viridiflora. Viridiflora? I don't know if you can read that. Probably not. Ooh, and that is a really nice, like bluey, greeny, Eastery color. So these are the vibes I'm getting. We've got a yellow, we've got a pink, and we have a blue-green. So definitely Easter vibes. Let's put this in the lamp real quick. Okay, so we've got that back. Here is our second look at these shades. Let's bring these lights in. So yeah, that's what we've got here. Really wish I had done it on the white side. I don't know how I didn't see there was a white side. I thought this was instead, but we're definitely going to use these. I'm going to use these for these 3 fingers. I'm going to put some clear over here, and then we're going to do some art with these. Alright, so I've got this polygel and these 3 dual forms that I'm going to use to put on these 3 nails. I will make it as fast as possible because you don't need to see the long drawn out process, but let's start with just the first one. So what I do is put a little bit in the back of the dual form. I'm notorious for overdoing it, so I'm going to try and show some restraint and work my way through it. Now I know that some people put the polygel on their nail and then mush the dual form on, but that is not how I'm used to doing it, and I do want to experiment with doing it that way because that may actually speed up this process. But as I am not familiar with that currently, it is not the method that I am going to use because I have to actually wear these and I need them to be intact to a reasonable standard. I also don't need them to be excessively long. Be mindful of your sides. If you don't get your sides built up well, they're gonna look ridiculous. That's a similar length. So as you guys may know, I am not left-handed, so this is particularly difficult, and there is going to be some cleanup involved afterwards, but I'm trying to make as little of that as possible. And also, it's not ideal to cure this stuff to your skin, so I'm trying to get the excess off, but it is very sticky and goes everywhere. Okay, I think that's an acceptable standard. Obviously it's gonna have to have some work, but let's stick that in the lamp. Alright, so those have been in the lamp for a minute. They're kind of shaped horribly, but it is what it is. Let's see if we can't pop these loose. These are so sticky, it's disgusting. 1, 2, 3. Alright, yes. So we are going to have to cut them down and file them, make sure the edges are straight, and go around the cuticles because these are a foundation, but they're absolutely disgusting. So let me do that. Alright, so this is what we have ended up with. It's not terrible, but I am not a professional. I'm just doing stuff. My cuticles are pretty dry, but that's okay. And then the filing up here kind of took that down, but I don't mind that either. I need to put some base coat on this nail because it doesn't have any. Okay. So here's what we've got. Now it is time to decorate. We are going to use these 2 colors. I'm going to put, I think, one on the pinky, one on the thumb, and then we'll put some designs on top of the yellow. You think? Alright, I think we're definitely going to have to do a second coat, but let's cure this one. Alright, so it is definitely transparent. I suppose this is supposed to be a substitute for a nude, so we're gonna have to try and build it up and hopefully get full coverage. Let's cure. Alright, let's do one more third coat, and then whatever opacity we get is just what we get. Okay. so this is what we've got going so far. Now we need to put some decorations on this, and I'm trying to decide if I should do like little dot flowers or those wispy lines. I feel like the wispy lines might be more my vibe, but I don't know how I'm going to tie it into these other nails. Maybe put some dot flowers on them? Then it doesn't make sense if the other nails are wispy limes instead of not dot flowers. We'll just put some dot flowers over here, and then we'll see what we want to do. Now remember, I am not left-handed, so this is incredibly difficult. Okay, I think that's acceptable looking. They're not really flowers, they're almost like blob critters, but whatever. Let's try and put some over here. Yeah, it's something in the lamp. Okay, so I think that's okay. We are going to do some wispy lines though. I have decided now whether these are going to make sense or not. I have no idea. But we're going to do it anyway, because why not? This is so difficult to do left-handed. Alright, let's stick that in the lamp. Alright, so those are our blue lines. Let's put some of these pink ones. I'm so shaky. But I also need to be fed, so that's probably part of my problem. That one's a little fat at the top. I don't like that. Alright, what do you think of that? Let's put that in the lamp. Alright, so it's something. I don't like this shade of pink. I really think it's kind of fleshy, and it's okay here, but here not so much, and these two kind of ran together. I feel like if I had something else to add for some accent, it would be better. But we're gonna just go ahead and leave it as is. I do need to put some top coat on. Hopefully that'll seal it in a little, because these are actually pretty thick and lumpy. Alright, well, this is what we got. Let me get that out of the way so you can have a look here. This is what we have ended up with. It's a little lumpy. You can see those light lines, but it's polish, and so you kind of have to put it on thick to make it opaque. In theory, I could put enough top coat on here and then buff it down to make it smooth, but that is just not something that I care about enough to do. Here's our thumb. I don't know how good of a look you're able to get at it, but it's alright. So that's what we've got. That is the March Your Nail Lab box from Makartt. If you get this box, the colors that you get may be different, but I suspect the products themselves will probably be pretty close to the same, since it was pretty close to the last box. I think maybe this year they are consolidating. Instead of doing different boxes, they are doing all the same type of boxes and maybe a little variety of color. But it is just a working theory. We will see as the months develop. But thank you so much for watching my video. Thank you for your likes and your comments. Thank you for being subscribed. Let me go ahead and get some cuticle oil on here because they are dry now. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.